Okay. Hey, Taff. Hi everyone. Sorry, I'm on two things today. So I'm on my YouTube channel, so hi. And I'm also on my Instagram, so hi. Let's get started, as I normally do. Today's incense I'm burning is called Nirvana. I really like this incense. It smells really nice. Do you know what? I'm a little bit upset, you know. I'll share something with you. I bought this quartz ring, yeah, some time ago. And I think I've only worn it once. And I put it on. I normally keep it by my windowsill, and I put it on, and then it broke. Like I tried to take it off, and then as I tried to take it off, it broke. And I'm really upset. My daughter was like, "It's okay, it's alright, you can still wear it." But look at that. It probably broke, so I'm a little bit upset. But the good side is that I can put it on the fingers that I never used to fit on before, because now there's more room. So I suppose it doesn't really matter. Hey, Zipporah! Hello! Okay, so... Oh! Oh, shit! Oh, gosh. Sorry. I literally... One second, please. I literally just... Sorry. I literally just dropped the phone. So please bear with me. Oh, I put you back in the phone. Hold on, come on, stop. Okay. That's better, okay. So anyway, let's get back to what I was saying. So yeah, my ring's broken. So yeah, anyway, moving on. Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking about Sphagnum Moss. If you've never heard of Sphagnum Moss, that's fine. I'm here to explain to you what it actually is. Sorry, I'm just trying to adjust my angles. But yeah, I'm here to tell you what it is. I just want to start off which is something I normally do. You know, go get a cup of tea. So I'm gonna just pour my chair because it is quite chilly. The temperature has dropped. You know, in these winter times we need a good old cup of tea. What is this again? I think this is rosehip, guarana, and ginseng. So yeah. Let me just take some of my tea. Warm me up. I'll ring my bells and then we shall begin. Let's do that again. Anyway, let's talk about sphagnum moss, okay? So, sphagnum moss is a bit like moss that you would find in the forest. They harvest actually from the forests. And other places as well where they grow it, but I normally see sphagnum moss actually in the forests. And I feel like I'm gonna try and harvest it myself because when I got this, I actually ordered this from House of Kojo. If you're looking for somewhere that sells sphagnum moss or somewhere that has really good plants at a really good price, please, I would recommend House of Kojo because they're really good. I've actually managed to snap myself up a really good deal. Actually, they had I think every Friday they have a special deal where you can get a plant for like literally half the price. And I managed to snap myself up one of these beautiful, I think this is called a Maranta, I think. But I know it's a part of the Calathea, however you want to pronounce it. I know it's part of the Calathea family. And it's beautiful. I love it. I've actually seen quite a lot of people own one of these, and I'm just like, why don't I have one? I need one. And the price that it was at was really, really good. I think usually these can go up to 15 quid or so, but this I got for £6.99. So this I got for £6.99. So look, yeah. The deal's done though. I mean, if you followed me on Instagram, I did give you guys the heads up on the actual day. So if you saw the story, you managed to get yourself one, congratulations. I know it's nice, isn't it, Zipporah? And it moves, like you see your plant, Zipporah, that you have at mum's, that is I forgot what it's called actually, but it's the Calathea from the Calathea family. It moves as well like that as well. And I have a few other Calatheas that aren't too well looking as this one, and I suppose I'm gonna just. The goal is to keep the Calathea looking like how I've got it, basically. But let me just move on. Let me move on to what I actually want to speak to you about, which is the Sphagnum Moss. I remember showing you how I was doing propagation cuttings in containers, and because I didn't have Sphagnum Moss then, and I just like to try things out. I tried it out using bamboo. It kind of worked, but I suppose the material that you need is Sphagnum Moss, because that's what I was shown in the first place, but I didn't have it at the time, so I decided, like I said, to use bamboo. But the only thing is that it kind of works, but it doesn't work as well as the Sphagnum Moss would work, because obviously it's a different substrate, different material. But what I actually found, what I actually noticed was, because I've still got one of them, one of the cuttings, should I say, propagating in here. This isn't Sphagnum Moss, this is just the bamboo I was using. But I find this so fascinating, because I'm just like a sucker for nature. But I've been reading up about mushrooms and trees, and they're like mycelium network and all that kind of stuff. And I kid you not, there is mycelium in here. Like, this is mad. Like, I weren't trying to grow mycelium, but there's mycelium in here, and it's actually creeping me out a little bit. I feel like I'm harvesting my own mushrooms, and I didn't actually mean to. Like, this is just a fluke. This is an accident. Yeah, I was just trying to propagate my string of hearts. And as I can see, like, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? That pattern? Wait, that pattern. Can you see that? That pattern, that white pattern, can you see it? That is what you would find in, like, I suppose the soil or the underneaths of trees, because that's their little network. I'm just like, how is it growing in here? I think I'm growing mushrooms. I didn't mean, I'm not trying to, but it's like I'm growing mushrooms in here. So yeah, I think I think that's so cool. I was a little bit weirded out by it, I'm not gonna lie. And I think there's actually, is there a mushroom? I don't think you can see it, but I can kind of see, like, there's a little bud of a mushroom, like, growing in the center. Do you know what? I'm gonna look into that. Maybe I'm just growing mold and I'm thinking it's mushrooms. But I feel like, because I've seen it before, that looks like the mycelium structure. I think it is. It is. It is. But anyway, let's go on to the showstopper, which is Sphagnum Moss. So I'm gonna open this actually. I'm gonna open it. I'm hoping there's no bugs or creepy crawlies in here. Have I got my scissors? Where's my scissors gone? Okay, I'll just have to open it carefully with my hands. And I just want to say, so with Sphagnum Moss, you can get it in different types of, what's the word? You can get it in different forms. So with the Sphagnum Moss, oh hey guys, hey Eliana. With the Sphagnum Moss, you can get in different forms. So you can go to the forest yourself, and you can scrape off the top of the actual moss, and you can do that, because I feel like that's what I'm gonna do next time I go to the forest, because it's free. Or or oh, thank you, cuz I am well. I hope you're well as well, Eliana. Or you could or you could actually get this. You could order it off of eBay, Amazon, wherever. Soon, indigenous. I'm in progress with my website. I'll be stocking this soon, but you can order it, and it comes in this kind of wet, kind of fresh form. The reason why I'm saying it like that is because the other type that I've seen is dried. It's kind of compressed. And what you would have to do to kind of awaken it, you would have to put the dry sphagnum moss in like a container of water, and I think you would leave that to sit in there. I'm not too sure if it's overnight, but you would leave it to sit in there for quite some time for it to for the sphagnum moss to soak up and absorb the water. But then once it's done that, it's alive. It's alive. You can use it. It's crazy, actually. You're literally just activating it by putting water in it. And then what I've actually seen people do as well is that they will squeeze. Oh, hi Zen. They will squeeze the sphagnum moss. So they'll squeeze all the water out of it, and then they would use the sphagnum moss as I'm going to be showing you now, to get it to this this consistency. Yeah. So the one I've got isn't the dried one; it's the fresh one, which is why it's so plump and quite. It's got some weight to it. So yeah, I'm gonna actually get some of this, and I'm just hoping that there's no bugs or anything like that, because I mean, it's from the ground and this is their home, so I'm sure there is. I'm sure there is. Anywho, let's just open it up and not be silly. I'm like really trying to be one with nature, but there's sometimes I'm just like, oh my god, what is that? And I can't be cool. I'm just like, get it away. Okay, so I'm gonna bravely use my bare hands and pull out this sphagnum moss. As you can see, as I'm pulling it out, you can kind of see the kind of texture. You can kind of see, you know, visually what it looks like. Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen this before. If you've ever gone to a forest and you've seen, like, you know, parts of the grass that look like that, basically. Yeah, so that's the sphagnum moss. Hi, Marion and Dak. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to separate this a little bit. So I'm going to, whilst I'm separating it, I'm actually going to be looking at it so that I'm making sure that there isn't any bugs, because when I was doing a bit of research, the person that I was looking at was basically saying that there sometimes you find bugs in it, and you basically don't want that. So I'm going to try, well, I'm going to pray that there's no bugs in it. Like the person who picked this, I hope that they washed it. That's just a gnat. That's just a pesky gnat. Not from here though. This is just, I have a gnat problem, and I'm trying every which way to solve it. But you know what? It's working actually. It's actually working. And I don't know if you guys are following me on Instagram. I did like a reel recently. The last post I did, I think, was my reel, and I showed you that I got these sticky gnat pads, I suppose you would call them. And I'm telling you, like, it's the best invention ever. I never thought of actually using sticky like pads and putting them in like plant pots. Like, I never thought of that, to be honest with you. I know they use it like if you have like a mouse problem or something like that. I know you would use oh hey Ruru, I know you would use what do you call it? I know you would use like a sticky pad to catch like a mouse or something. I think that's so cruel. But hey, if you have those kind of problems and you don't want it in your house, then I understand why you would use it. But I say this to say that it's actually working. So let me grab one. That has gnats on it. I think this is kind of, no, it's not evil because they will kill my plants. So basically, I'll show you this now. So basically, this, like that. Can you see the nuts that it's caught already? So these are really good. It's yellow, oh my gosh, and the back. And it's double-sided as well. That's just soil that I've stuck into the plant. That's not gnats, that's just soil. But these are gnats that right up here. Yeah, I don't feel sorry for them. Because you know why I don't feel sorry for them? Yeah? The reason why I don't feel sorry for them, can you see it properly? Can you see those gnats? They're all here. This is just soil, don't worry about that. But the reason why I don't find this cruel, oh gosh, my hands. The reason why I don't find this cruel is because you have to understand, you see a gnat, yeah? One gnat, one pesky gnat can lay up to 300 eggs, yeah? That's scary. That is scary. For me, that's scary. And when I see a gnat, I try to clap it, I try to get rid of it, I try to, you know, I'll use my neem mix. And what I've actually started to do is like experiment with different sprays for my plant and just seeing which one works the best. I do find though that the neem oil works the best because the neem oil is literally suffocating. It's quite a heavy oil and it is actually suffocating. One second. It's actually suffocating. Sorry. It's actually suffocating basically the gnat once it gets smothered in its oil. So I feel like that's the best way to kind of get rid of them. I've also, and I'm like jumping onto another subject, isn't it? But I'm going with the flow. I've also actually have been preparing apple cider traps. So if you get apple cider vinegar, a teaspoon of sugar, and you put that in like maybe a little dish, and you spread them around, those really do help, you know. You'll be surprised how much those collect. So that's another tip. I found those really good as well. Those 3 tips. But yeah, let's move on to Sphagnum Moss. I'm just like going on to another subject. Okay, so I feel like this is clean. This is clean. There's a random, I don't know what that was in. I don't know. Okay, there's some random things in here, but overall, it looks like a good batch of Sphagnum Moss. So thank you, House of Kojo. I'll be ordering more from you. But yeah. I also wanted to just make a point and let you know that Sphagnum Moss is actually really good to grow. You can grow specific types of plants in it because not all plants will be able to be grown in Sphagnum Moss. But it's really good if you don't want gnats. So if you don't want gnats and you're like, I want plants, but I've been hearing about these gnat things, these gnat problems, and I've been hearing about these gnat problems, and I'm just not for that. Like I can't be having these gnats be flying around in my face and my nose and my mouth. Like I can't do it. Well, you can do it. Do you know why? Because there's other things you can use other than soil. Fungus gnats live in soil because that's just where they like to be. So it's kind of hard to not get gnats. And I mean, you can have plants and not get gnats with soil, but you just have to take extra precautions. Like for example, if you water your plant, you don't wanna you wanna wait till you wanna water it again, but wait till it dries out properly. Because if you water it and water it, sometimes, well, not sometimes, most of the time, the gnats are gonna like that environment because they like the moistness of the soil. And then just use things like what I normally do as well. There's certain plants in my room because come on, like I can't be having that like gnats in my room. Like there's, you know, I might see 1 or 2, but there's not a lot compared to my living room because I've got more plants in the living room. Like there's one right here. Rude. But the plants that I have in my room, I think I take extra care of them because I don't want gnats in there and I don't want gnats flying up in my face as I'm sleeping. So I make sure that I'm always spraying the soil with my mix, with my little neem mix. But like I said, I'm going to be experimenting with other things because I've heard you can use things like essential oils. I know gnats and flies in general don't like peppermint oil. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of research for myself and for you other plant parents out there suffering with these gnat problems, because I've heard so many people, yeah, there's bloody gnats, like, yeah, we need to get rid of them. Okay, so with Sphagnum Moss, it's great to use if you don't want gnats, yeah. It's also good to use, it's just a good substrate to use because it's a natural substrate. And what I've actually recently found is that you can grow this. So what I'm actually going to do is try and regrow some of the sphagnum moss that I've bought. You know me. Can I make it? Can I produce it? If I can, then I'm going to try. So basically, that's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and grow this. And I think the way you do it is, so I will leave this. I'm going to do two things. So I'm going to, number one, I'm going to leave this sphagnum moss by itself in a container. And I'm going to get a spray bottle. And I'm just going to spray it every so often. Make sure that it's moist. Make sure that it doesn't get direct sunlight, because what tends to happen with sphagnum moss, any bit of direct sunlight, this material is just gonna be like not happy. It's just gonna dry out, and you don't want it to dry out. You want it to be kept moist, because like I just showed you when I took it out of the packet, you can kind of see it's not dry. It's moist. It's not wet, but it's holding some moisture in it. Another good thing to know is with sphagnum moss, if you've got like a plant like an orchid, or I'm just trying to think of another plant I could grow in sphagnum moss, but I mean an orchid comes to mind. So if you were gonna grow like an orchid in sphagnum moss, I would suggest not watering whatever it is as much. So in this instance, an orchid, you wouldn't water it as much because it does retain quite a lot of water, so you wouldn't need to water it as maybe if it was in bark or something like that, because it's quite a well-draining material that you'd be using. But with this, it retains quite a lot of water, so you don't need to water it as frequently. Another great thing about this as well, this is so cool, it's alive. Another great thing about this as well is that you can grow cuttings in this. And I mean, the first kind of video that I did when I was like faking sphagnum moss and replacing it with bamboo, I'll show you now. So for example, do you know what? This is really annoying me. I've had a pair of scissors today and I keep on losing them. And now I need that and I can't find it. I need to cut it. Right, let me just grab a cutting from here so I can just show you. You're looking sad and I need you to grow. Oh, you got a root. I need to cut that. I need one that doesn't need... Okay, you'll do. You'll do. Okay, so I'm going to take this cutting. What I would want to do and what I would usually do with this cutting... Sorry guys. What I want to do and what I would usually do with this cutting is I would want to cut it just before the node. So I'd want to cut it like here, because that is where the root is going to come out from. Is there a root here? You can barely. You can barely see. You can see a tiny little like strand of hair. Like you can't even see it on that one. But basically, I wouldn't just leave this whole thing in. I would cut it up. So therefore I'd get 1, 2, 3, 4. I'd get 4 cuttings from that. Yeah, I'll get 4 cuttings from that. And then what I would do is pretend I've cut this, yeah? Snap, 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 snap. Or I'm just putting the whole thing in. I'll put this in. And I'm just literally resting it. It's like, it's gonna be in here. And basically we just want it to sit in the sphagnum moss. I don't want to bury it, but I want it to just sit in the middle. I want it to be surrounded by it, basically. And even like maybe the nodes, I kind of want the sphagnum moss to go on the nodes, because it, like I said, it is moisture that we want. And this is gonna give the container a lot of humidity, the sphagnum moss as well. So what I would do is I would get my spray bottle, which has gone water. So yeah, I'll get my spray bottle and I would just spray it. The trick is not to soak it, because we don't want it to be soaked. We don't want it to have root rot. We don't want that at all. We just want it to be moist enough for it to gather some humidity and do its thing. Yeah. So I've put it in here. Oh, wait, sorry. Let me show you what I did. So that's how I've sat them. Yeah. Put the lid on. And like I said, with this container, you're gonna want to put it somewhere, but you're not gonna want to put it somewhere where there's direct sunlight. So just think about that, where you're actually gonna be locating this container. Okay, and to grow it. So yeah, like I just said, growing it. I think. Did I just say? I just spoke about growing it. You put it in a container. You put some. You spray water. Basically, what I just did with that sphagnum moss with the cuttings. You would do that by itself. You would just put it in a container. This is so weird. So yeah, you just put it in a container. Just gonna break it up. I think what I need to do, from what I remember, is break it up properly so it's not in clumps. It's also earthy. And then I would spray it. Pop a lid on it. And I think we would just wait. We would wait. We would put it in somewhere where there's not direct sunlight, like I said, because if you put it in direct sunlight, it will burn it out. And we would just wait. We just wait. That's what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna keep my progress. I'm gonna keep my progress up to date with you guys as well. But yeah, if you want to use sphagnum moss, if you've never heard of it before, you've heard of it, and you're just like, what is it? I don't understand. Like, it's a really good material to use to grow your plants in. And I suppose it's really good as well for growing cuttings in. And I think I have seen people put like maybe sphagnum moss in a glass jar and then put water in it as well. But yeah, this is a new material. This is new. I literally just got this today, so I don't know what else I can use it for. But I'm sure I will find other things for it because yeah, it's just how I am. But like I said, I'm gonna try. I don't know when, but I'm gonna try it. Now I know what this looks like, and I know where it is. I'm gonna try it and I'm gonna try and harvest some myself. That would be quite cool. Might be a bit creepy because there's gonna be like insects and stuff living in there. So yeah, but I think I want to try and harvest my own, to be honest with you. But yes, but yeah. I think that's all for now. If there's no questions, no. But yeah, if you do have questions about sphagnum moss or anything related to plants, please drop it in the comments, DM me, and I'll be happy to answer any of your questions. Also to let you know as well, completely forgot. I've actually set up. I can't even speak today. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I've actually put on a giveaway because I've reached 400 followers, and I was just like, oh, I think it's time to give a giveaway. I think I said when I get to 400 followers, I'll do a giveaway, and then I got to 400. I was like, oh, it's time to do a giveaway. So I've got a giveaway. So if you go on my Instagram page, which is indigenous.uk. You will see a post where it is telling you that you can win a free plant of your choice. The details are there. All you need to do is follow me on Instagram, like the post, share it in your stories, subscribe to me on YouTube, and I think that was it. Yeah, that was it. And then I know. On the 21st of December at 9 o'clock, it's going down. It's going down in the universe. It really is going to go down in the universe. and astrologically it is on that day, yeah. But that day is when I'm gonna be announcing the winner. So please stay tuned if you're entering. Hopefully we can see the planets all align in the sky as well while I'm announcing the winner. That'll be quite cool. But yeah, I think that's it for now. That is it for now. So yeah, join me again on Monday and Thursdays at 3:30 p.m. I will actually be uploading some videos. Yeah. This YouTube thing is a bit new to me still, and I'm literally just jumped into lives. But what I really want to do is give you a little tour of my flat. I've got so many plants, and I love each and every one of them. And yeah, maybe you guys can help me name some as well when I show you the plants that I have that aren't named. That would be quite cool. So yeah, I'll be doing a little a video of my flat, a little tour, a little plant tour very soon. So keep your eyes open for that. But yes, thank you very much for joining me. Very much appreciated. Tell a friend if you know anyone who's a plant parent, a plant addict like myself. Send this on to them if you think this will be beneficial. If not, it's all good. But take care. Have a lovely Thursday. Dig deep to the genius that lives inside of you. Take care. Bye bye.